Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We got some more reactions for y'all now. Chud the Stud, they thought it was going to be a bright day for him. They thought it was going to be a good day for him. They thought he was going to get out. I think that one fan account that keeps like basically, it's like his hype man, so to speak, right? Keeps thinking like he was going to get out of jail was absolutely wrong, and we got to see why. So we're going to watch Omizi today. His title is It's Only Getting Worse for Chud the Builder. Make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to his channel, join his community, as well as like my video if you guys can. I would appreciate it. And let's get it on and popping, man. This is embarrassing work. Let's get it.
When you go to dinner and when you go to court. And who knew today at court I would see a man get cooked, because Chud the Builder's news after today's bond hearing was absolutely delicious for us, but terrible for Chud the Builder. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. Come along with this journey with me as we enjoy the feast that is Chud the Builder getting fried in court. Now, back into the video. Today was a very special and significant day for Chud the Builder haters and his supporters as well. Reason being is that he had two special bond hearings.
Who the hell is this?
What was gonna happen to him if he could be freed, quote unquote, to do live streams and, you know, breathe fresh air, or if he was going to have to continue to smell old ratty jail clothes. One was set for an early morning appearance for that Nashville Dine and Dash incident. For those that don't remember, this is that incident where he was on live stream at a restaurant.
Oh yeah.
With an employee after he
then decided not to pay either. Piece of shit.
Hey, I'm just gonna outright leave. Later on, he would get arrested for that, and he got out on bond. But you know what happens when you're on bond and get back in trouble? You usually face severe consequences. So the second appearance today in court was for the bond hearing for the incident that happened.
Shooting of Joshua Fox.
County courthouse where he pew-pewed Joshua Fox. And let's not forget, there was a third issue of a harassment claim that he was out on bond for as well, from a November 2025 incident, if I'm not mistaken on that date. So Chud the Builder's just screwed all around. When you're in trouble already, and then you get in trouble again, and then you get in trouble again on top of being in trouble again, usually that's a bad sign. But for whatever reason, Chud the Builder's supporters held out for him, and we'll get to that in a second. But we do have the results from that bond hearing, and boy, oh boy, are they not good.
And when Montgomery County Courthouse is somewhat different from courthouses. Painted on the front door, each of the doors to the Montgomery County Criminal Justice Center, as well as the historic courthouse, is the code section saying no firearms are allowed on the premises. Took place outside the building. Took place.
Yikes.
Evidence that was considered in General Sessions Court, which apparently is stipulated here, that this incident occurred right outside the door of the courthouse. As a result,
that's tough.
Individual possessing a firearm which he had, they walked maybe 20 feet, you couldn't have it. With that said, I'm going to leave the bond the same that was set.
This Judge William R. Goodman is definitely a good man.
I'm not gonna lie, man. God bless this man, because he's playing by the motherfucking rules. He don't give a shit about color of the skin or nothing. He playing by them rules. And Chud, he cares much more about his environment. He cares more about his environment than he cares more about you caring so much about hurting black people, brother. All right, your ass needs to stay in jail. So he cares about the people. And he's letting them know you are an endangerment of the environment and society, and that bond is still going to be set at $1 million. Fuck you.
iBooks. What he said while people were in court was that, I hear this self-defense case that Chud the Builder's team is making, and he has the right to do all these things. But the problem is that he defended himself with a firearm on a premise that designates by law that you cannot have a firearm. He goes on to talk about all of the other evidence that has been distributed throughout the day. And in that he states, yeah, based off of everything that I've heard, the previous judge before me sticking with that bond, hey, this is the basis as to why this bond has been doubled and will continue to stick and hold for Chud the Builder. You see, this is where these dumb-ass Chud the Builder supporters are getting caught up with these online racists who are pushing these narratives on social media about what is going on and not sticking to what's factually being presented in front of us. Let's say he was self-defending himself. Let's say all these things were to be true. You're in a place in space that doesn't allow firearms. That's already against the law. He didn't run back to his vehicle that was parked yards and yards away to go get this gun. He had it on his person. That means he had intention to walk into court. court with it, which would have been illegal, which I don't still understand. Do they not have metal detectors? I went to court recently to get some like paperwork notarized and pushed through the county, and they had metal detectors. I don't even understand what his thought process.
Yeah, I don't know how that works anymore.
I think that Chud was just out there to antagonize people, not necessarily to get any work done for the benefit of him. But I digress in that situation. That same judge goes on to read a Tennessee statute about bond, and I'll break down some of that stuff just in a couple of seconds. But he goes on to read these Tennessee statutes about bond that talk about every person being arrested has a right to a bond. However, that does not mean that there aren't restrictions that do apply. And after all that taken into consideration, that judge is going to keep that $1 million bond. Now, the problem for Chud the Builder is the fact that bond companies can only bond up to $100,000. So if he needed to get bond, if he could have the possibility of getting bond out, he would need up to 10 bond companies to sign off on this.
The fact that the judge is playing so hard on this case, what he's saying is where they're at currently, the way the judge has it set, any bond can come forward and try to help, but they can only put up to $100,000. But he needs $1 million. So he's making it extremely hard for Chud to just get out, because believe it or not, there's some whack jobs out there that are willing to try to get Chud out. But since they can only go up to 100, that's their the minimum that they can go, the maximum they could go, maximum. They're trying to ask for some help.
And that's just not gonna happen.
So I'm gonna leave the restriction in place. Any bonding company would be limited to 100,000, translates into 10 bonding companies to make a $1 million bond.
Now, there was a little bright spot for the Chud the Builder supporters. Alex Rosen from I Fight for Kids, a social media platform.
Ain't this got a predator poachers
who are susceptible
Ain't he racist?
to chatting online in these online chat spaces with, adults, i.e. a pred catcher, stepped to the podium and decided to defend Chud the Builder.
Call Alex Rosen.
The fact that he's there. What the hell? What the fuck is he doing here?
Now, I'm not here to pass judgment on what he's done in the past as far as his social media content goes, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. But y'all know how I feel about these people that claim to be catching these PDF files. But that's neither here nor there. Today, he is here to talk about defending Chud the Builder. And his claim is that, he's a free speech advocate. And he has garnered up legal donations on his live streams, on his platform for Chud the Builder. And he is willing to fork over that money from his personal accounts.
Mr. Rosen, I passed you a few stacks of documents. Can you tell the court what those are?
Yes, sir. So this document right here would be currently what's in my savings account on my Bank of America banking app. That is who I bank with. And then this right here, if you were to scroll through the pages, would be my Cash App statements that, for the most part, get deposited into this bank account.
All of this income you earn legitimately and you pay taxes on it?
Yes.
This is Business Advantage. I think you've identified this as your savings account.
Yeah, so basically it's a preferred savings account. So essentially, because of a certain amount of money I had in there, I think it's over 100K. Bank of America told me I was doing like some car note or something like that. They gave me the option to go meet with some advisor there, and he advised me to put the money into a preferred savings account. So that account that you see the 500,000 in, that would just be the preferred deposit account. So I could move that on any weekday during business hours.
Yeah, I'm just, is this your personal funds or is it under a business?
That's my personal account.
Okay, personal account, okay. Thank you.
Now, the problem is the amount that he decided to fork over was $100,000.
100K? All right.
A fraction of the money.
Big head.
For Chud the Builder in this situation. And it's not looking good for any other donations coming in. The reason why is because also discussed in court today was the ability for the dual company, that online blackjack dealing, whatever company, to wire those $1 million needed in order for Chud the Builder to get out of jail. The judge looked at that and said, hold on now. I know these ain't dice rolling funds. Oh, hell nah. And decided to go ahead and throw that out, saying that they were insufficient and not. Somebody that's like,
he was trying to use gambling money to help him get out, but yeah, gambling is illegal in Tennessee. Ooh.
hard to trace back. I don't know why they thought that this random benefactor could get it off, but it was the stupidest thing in the whole wide world. So Chud the Builder on this day is losing left, right, and sideways. Guys, when I tell you, I could not stop smiling as I watched this live stream. And if this is live stream, this is gonna be great for haters of Chud the Builder to see universally. But the news gets even better. Something that we didn't cover a minute ago was the last time that Chud the Builder was in court, he was crying, and I do mean crying to the judge about getting his truck back. Y'all know how those builders love their trucks. Chud the Builder wanted his truck back. He didn't understand why his truck was getting confiscated, why it couldn't be accessed by his family members. So the last time that he was in court with no cameras rolling, he decided to get pleady. He decided to cry about it. He said, hey guys, my fiance needs my truck. She needs it for transportation. She needs to get around. There's a couple problems here that I find to be a little bit shaky. If I'm not mistaken, Chud the Builder, when investigated by police, said that he was looking for a mace when he was reaching in his jacket pocket, and that's when he pulled out the weapon and et cetera, et cetera. That's what caused investigators to look through his truck and see if there was any mace, which they did not find. But the reason why that's important is because, at least I think, they're seizing that as evidence. Hey, you said it was there. You had said something was there. We're gonna make sure that we comb through everything and try to figure out if this is there. So that truck is a part of evidence, gang. That's not going to get released anytime soon to you. Hell, at the court hearing today, they said that they searched the car, extracted the black box system, downloaded all of that for evidence. And after they're done flipping and flipping that car, that's when they'll return it to you. He's claiming that his rights are being violated, but he hasn't seen anything yet when he gets that truck returned to him and his fiance turned upside down. And that's another thing that questions me. You said it's your fiance. I don't remember you ever having a fiance. The only woman that we know in Chud the Builder's life is the woman who claimed that she was hitting him from behind.
No. There's another woman in his life, actually, Omizi. Like, there's a woman in his life that took away his kid. You know, I don't know if he remembers that one.
Years ago, and this woman who was
okay, my bad.
Anything to do with Chud the Builder. She wanted to remove his name from her son because they didn't want anything to do with them because of the wild and insane stuff that he was saying. And let's not forget that Chud the Builder was the same guy who claims to have a fiance now that was in the mall flirting with some 16-year-old child.
Oh,
That guy is totally off his rocker.
What's your name?
Cameron.
Cameron? I was just talking about I need to find a cute little blonde somewhere.
Oh,
You got a boyfriend?
yeah, and I'm 16.
Oh, okay, great.
But the reason why Chud the Builder and his team are going through all of this is because they
lock his ass up.
support system, this huge and fascinating support system. But I'm here to tell you, this support system that he has to be some of the stupidest, brain dead, and honestly clout hungry people that I've ever known in my entire life. The platform Channel 5, who's known for their investigative journalism, went down to a rally that Chud the Builder and his team or his supporters were having that was pushed by Jake Lang. You know, that guy that got kicked out of the
fucking
courthouse
idiot
the first time when Chud made an appearance initially about his bond. And when you look at how that rally turned out for Chud the Builder, it makes you question what type of person would support him. And it's seemingly nobody.
There's not really anybody here, but we do see some people right here. I see somebody. How's it going? We had heard that there was a free Chud the Builder rally.
That's exactly why I'm here.
That's why you're here?
Yeah, I was calling it Cap because I didn't think he was actually going to come. I drove around a little bit ago and didn't see anyone, so.
Is the political climate of this town kind of favoring Chud the Builder, or?
No. It would absolutely be the minority. It's funny, actually, because me and some of my friends had reached out to the mayor like 6 months ago when this first started happening, saying that this exact thing was going to happen. So, a little disappointed, but at least no one died, I guess.
Look at this. I had to
What the
keep this
fuck?
screen going. This is
They don't fuck with Chud?
Channel 5 News doing their breakdown of said rally. Those three people that are there are with Channel 5. Those are three news correspondents. Everybody else, all five of them, actually the guy in the back, these people right here above me right here, they're also filming their own TikTok. They're probably doing their own investigative journalism. So these three dudes right here, these two dudes in black right here, and the one dude speaking to the guy from Channel 5 are the only supporters that Chud the Builder had. Now, there were some other people that were down there. There was some other young ladies, but this is Chud the Builder's support staff. Cowards who hide behind social media, cowards who hide behind...
This is why you don't do shit for social media. You don't allow the internet to push you through the edge or to the edge, because look at who's there for Chud the Stud. Nobody.
Anonymous donations and people who are only there for the virality of it all, to get these clips off. The reason why I say that is because this Jake Lang guy, the guy who set up this whole rally, that two-tier justice system, he wasn't even there himself.
Frisco or anybody about being trespassed from anywhere.
Hey, we're tired of this. Frisco has been changed. Y'all are doing your jobs right. Thank you. I love cops, but you guys, this is pathetic.
Destroyed my First Amendment right to lead this rally today.
Look at that. Love y'all, man.
This is why
Thank you for your service.
like that.
Never give up the fight. Keep on fighting, Americans.
That's a video.
Shut your dumb ass up.
In Frisco, Texas, getting arrested doing his free speech gimmick again. The reason why this is important though is because he was supposed to be one of Chud the Builder's main mans, one of Chud the Builder's main supporters, the guy who set up the rally for him, but ditched him to get off another viral moment, proving that it was never about Chud the Builder. He didn't care about whether he was facing 56 years in prison or not. He was just there to get the viral shit off. And he left Chud the Builder for dead, essentially, as he was getting read that his bond wasn't gonna get pushed through, that they weren't gonna take all of this money from this fuddy-duddy company. I just gotta laugh because I know Chud is looking around in that courthouse with that same sad face, that face, as he's seeing the court dwindle down from his supporters because they're busy tackling these other viral moments that's gonna make them go mainstream and viral and all this other stuff. That's hilarious. And speaking of his other supporters, this is why
that's tough.
Them stupid, mind dead, brainless, all this other stuff like that. Is because they were following these online accounts, these online racist accounts, telling them these pieces of news that gave them hope that Chud the Builder would be free. These idiots were blindly donating to a cause in which Chud the Builder wouldn't have access to the funds of. All the while, his support system is trying to do these back channel negotiations, get these lawyers to set it up so they can siphon off this money and push it to the family and friends of Chud the Builder to support them in this time. Meanwhile, in the actual real world, in the actual legal system, you have the courts ruling against him. This is from Robbie Harvey speaking on the situation in regards to Chud the Builder's donations from his supporters. The state of Tennessee has moved to revoke Chud the Builder from April 8th, which we got the good news about today. Even with that, they've moved to block all donations because racists believe they can blindly give without understanding what due process actually is. All of you gave to a cause without doing your homework because you're relying on uneducated racists for information. Chud wasn't doing this for free speech. He was doing it to take advantage of you and your blind faith. Now he's hoping you'll come to his rescue for a situation he created. You don't understand, and you can still be racist. Organizations who push your nonsense, who do things by the letter of the law. That's what true freedom of speech is. People who do things the right way, no matter the message. Yet you've wasted hundreds of thousands because a dummy thought it was a good idea to harass an entire race and shoot someone. And the superior race fails once again at understanding the basis. This Assistant District Attorney Chris West,
tough.
That Tennessee's source of funds statute requires donations to be verified. He said most of the money raised for Etherly came from anonymous or unidentifiable donors, making verification virtually impossible. So while all that money sits there tied up, waiting for somebody to rightfully access it, Chud the Builder is going back to his room sad. He's going back to his room angry, and he's probably going back to his room cleaning up somebody's drawers as these people probably press him behind bars. He's got no truck. He's got no real supporters. He can't even get these dice rolling sites to fund his way out of jail. All those people who are cowardly racists, who are hiding behind these anonymous donations, can't even support him the way that he wants them to. So now he's just sitting there with his kick money or party.fund, whatever weird ass streaming site money, and the donations on his book so he can get packs of noodles delivered to his room. But they're gonna jump him for that. This is a good day.
This is hilarious.
Haters, because it's not going well for him. And this just goes to show that if you play stupid games, you will win some of the dumbest prizes in the book.
Yo,
you know,
my heart feels good about this, man. Listen, you can't. The fact that this judge is playing by the rules, playing by the books, and letting them know, look, we don't give a shit. You're harassing a certain group of people, and you had a firearm on you in a place where it's illegal to hold one. So look, my whole thing is let Chud rot in jail. I mean, honestly, the fact that he's doing something like that, harassing a group of people, bro, is absurd. And as a result, somebody got shot behind your hands, bro, out of your irresponsibility. So as a result, all them other people too, you have nobody in your corner. Nobody showed up to the courthouse. Nothing, bro. Nobody showed up to the courthouse to show you support, except for like 2 people. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I will link his video, man. Shout out to Omizi, and I'm out of here. God bless everybody. This is a great day. Peace.